Hello, beautiful souls. It's Mary Rose and David from PsychicSoulmateReading.com. This video is a tarot reading for our week, December 23rd to December 30th. And it doesn't matter if you're watching this after the date that I've posted it. The reading and the message is intended for you, even if it's in the summertime and you're watching this. Doesn't matter. That's the way spirit guides work, because you were drawn to watch this video. The message is intended for you, and if something doesn't quite resonate, just visit back, because some things have to unfold in your life for the message and the reading to take effect. We've been doing this for many years, Dave and I, and we always get the same feedback. It's like our clients and our followers say, "Are you talking to us? How does it work?" It's just, right? Like a message. We are facilitators, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and it's just uncanny how accurate it can be, but it's not us doing it. It's spirits working through us.
Right.
Yeah. Can you believe it? We are almost through with 2019. I had to think about it. Yeah.
2020 coming up.
2020. That's pretty cool.
It's been a while since we could call it like the 20s. Now we can say the 20s.
Oh yeah, the roaring 20s.
Since the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, the 90s.
I'm tired of saying the early 2000s or
or 08 or 05. Yeah, we've pretty much went through a lot this year, I have to say. Not only us, but I've heard you guys say the same thing. There's been a lot of changes and transitions, right? Mm-hmm. With all the eclipses in the summertime. Well, we don't have to go over that. we don't want to hear it again, right, Dave?
I don't think so. But
no.
On the other hand, at least so far what I've experienced is it never gets any easier. It gets easier, but it doesn't get easier at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's always a challenge, making us grow in some way or another. Totally.
We've been filming the annual Christmas video together for about 4 years. This is our fourth video, and it took a lot of preparing, I have to say, to get it going, because this is our new place, and with the lighting and everything, it's just there has been a lot of changes that we have to accommodate and everything. And so I have a treat for you afterwards. Well, I don't. Dave has.
I do.
Yeah, he's going to be singing us.
Mary asked me to play a song, sing a song, Christmas song. You can sing along.
It's a song that's in my head all day long, and I keep singing it. And Dave had the words, and he said,
Sure.
And I said, please, you got to sing this for our people, for the people. Okay, so I won't waste any more time just talking, but I will just go right into the reading. I'm working with the Crystal Visions Tarot. My box is right here. This is the box, if you can see it. Crystal Visions. It's a very beautiful deck. And the first card that, I already dealt the cards, and the first card that came up is the Eight of Swords. I don't know if you can see that, but I will just hold it up really close. The Eight of Swords is feeling restriction and a bit of overwhelm energy. Feeling a bit like she's tied up and she feels just really claustrophobic, whatever's going on. You might be feeling that, right, Dave? It's like that feeling.
Definitely a feeling of restriction.
We feel it.
For sure. But in like my way of reading tarot, because it's the Suit of Swords, it's the restrictions mostly experienced in our mind. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a real restriction that's all, and we actually have the power to change it because it's minor arcana.
It is the minor arcana, and this card, there's a lot of crows around her. There seems to be a lot of crows in a lot of the card decks that I've been working with over the past little while. And crows are magic and rebirth and ending. So anything that you're going through is actually transformation and change, and it's actually for, like Dave just said, for more growth. So you might have been feeling overwhelmed with the holidays and with all the the busyness and being in a rush and feeling just like out of the cold in some way, just like this card says. And it's just, I promise you, this is just something that you need to go through at the time. Right now, it's mostly, a lot of the stuff is in your mind as well. You got to take a breather, because I'm feeling the energy. And sometimes when we get it, it's very intense.
I just wanted to add, and this is cards for everybody, regardless if you celebrate Christmas or not. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, this card is saying that, and you're watching this video, this card is saying that you're experiencing some kind of restriction in your life, but it's more of a mental restriction.
Yeah. And you might even feel like somebody's shutting you out, like in love. You might be feeling that somebody is pushing you away and making you feel unloved and unwelcomed, and just all of those feelings. And you're getting all of these triggers that are coming up. These things, I know, I hear you, I understand. Sometimes we don't want to hear, we don't want to see, we want things to be a certain way, but things have to happen they tend to go in a different direction than we expect. So with saying that, the second card that came up is the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands, I really do. And she symbolizes this time of year, okay? And like Dave said, if you celebrate or not, it's a happy time. We are leaving Sagittarius, going into the sign of Capricorn, and that is a transition, because both are change and fire and light. And since this time of year, it's like, if you're watching at the time that I posted, everything is dark and then the light illuminates. So this is what's happening in your life. Things are going a little bit on the darker side. They might have been feeling like a little bit of the dark, but now things are starting to light up, and I know you have something to say to that. I can feel.
Oh, no. I was just moving my arm.
Oh, okay.
But
I was just feeling.
I will say that, right, the light, like the whole idea is the light, the sun, is symbolic of what we could say Christ consciousness, or, enlightened consciousness, spirit, your higher self. And at least in the part of the world where we live, the northern hemisphere, the sun has been traveling further and further and further away, and the days have been getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. It's getting dark at 4:30 in the afternoon right now.
Yeah.
And then on the 21st, traditionally called Yuletide, the light is starts its return journey back towards us here. So that's a tradition, probably our ancestors for many, many, thousands of years probably have been noting in some way. And it's now related to, Christ consciousness or unconditional love, however you want to view that, Buddha nature. So it's a celebration of that. And in our culture, it's become Christmas. In other cultures, there are other ways of looking at it, but that's kind of what.
Yeah, because there's different kinds of ways you can celebrate it. And
Sure.
For me, it's all universal. I'll be honest
Right.
with you. It really is. It's all
Exactly.
universal. It's about everybody. If we all can hold hands and stand in a circle together and just be connected to source and be as one, we can actually raise our vibrations, and we can actually do things like, spiritually,
Cooperate.
yeah, and cooperate, but also we can move mountains by doing that, because love is the key to everything. It is the bridge to everything. And what happens is that when you tap into that feeling of love and peace and happiness that's within you, you actually raise everything, and everything just changes. You change the dark stuff, the stuff that's around you. So it's important that you tap into the fire of it, even though we're entering Capricorn season, and it can be like, oh, that's officially winter. And that's like, I have to be honest with you, and you might think I'm a little nuts, but I love winter. I really do. I want to do more things in the winter than I do in the summertime.
But there might be people watching that are in the southern hemisphere
Oh,
too.
the southern hemisphere, you might be in the summertime, and it's like the summer for you, right? Same goes. It's just this time of year. It's just the energy, maybe because I was born around this time of year, but anyways, it's basically a time that you can switch it all around. The message is that you can switch it all around. Take advantage of this time right now, because we are moving into a new decade. Like we're talking about the Roaring 20s. We are going into a completely more evolving, more spiritual, more heightened time than ever. And you will see, and you've been going through a lot of it, because we are just at the end of 2019 and you've gone through all of that. Now there's going to be a change regardless.
Yes. I just have one small thing to say about the Queen of Wands. And,
Yes, please.
she's basically, she's within you. Every tarot card is sort of an energy that's within the collective, you could say. And she is inspiration, enthusiasm, courageousness, you know, even almost like raw sexual energy, but channeling it, not sexually necessarily, but channeling it into appreciation of life and enthusiasm for life. So, you know, tap into that, like Mary said, and that will help you to spiral upwards, which will help to soften the previous card, which was about feeling restricted. You've got, you know, we all have contradicting energies that push and pull within us as we're going through life. And so you've got the one energy, the Eight of Swords, and something else that's helping you, support you to deal with that, to actually be able to grow through that.
Yeah,
that's all.
Exactly. Sometimes, I'll say the truth, you know, like what really helps you to spiral up and to tap into the Queen of Wands. She's also someone that she's an entertainer, she's the actress, she's like, I'm not saying that you have to go out and become all of those things, but she's creative and she helps people. So what you could do is you can volunteer your time, you can do something nice for someone, and you can actually spiral. When you know that you've done something nice for someone, you actually can turn things that can actually help you feel better.
Happier, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Random act of kindness.
Doing little things, like just giving. I'm not saying that you have to, even if you say to me, Mary, I don't have any money to buy anything for anybody. I don't have anything to give. A nice smile, opening the door for someone. Encouragement, yeah. Just giving that encouragement. Exactly. Like there's little things that you can do that can actually help you, and just the intention.
Letting something go.
Yeah. Miracles happen.
That's because you said a key word. I'm sorry. It just made me think, because Christmas is really about, whether you celebrate it or not, again, it's a universal thing, okay? And Christmas is about givingness. Mm-hmm. It's really about giving. So even when you forgive, when you let something go, let's say normally you might get upset at someone or something about something, and you feel that, it's okay. You can't maybe stop the reaction, but you can let that reaction go, as an example.
Exactly. The third card was the Star. I'm just going to show you. Excuse my nails. I didn't have a chance to do them today. But they will be done for Christmas. Anyways, not about my nails, but here, the Star is inspiration. She is going through all the stuff that we've talked about, but actually the Star comes to her star. She is the master of her own destiny. What it is like when you think about a star, when you see it, it's a light in the universe. It's a light in the sky, okay? And it's inspiration and looking forward to something and having hope, and to know that it's going to get better. When you put that energy out there and you assume that it's going to get better, that it is better. You have to look at it right now, that you are the star right now. Instead of saying, well, tomorrow's another day and it's going to get better. Yes, but right now, in this moment, it's all about being in the moment. Right, Dave?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. The Star, I mean, you said everything. Just tying it
thoughts.
in. Yeah, tying it in with Christmas. The star over Bethlehem, where Jesus was born. The wise men followed it to find, so that's a metaphor too for finding our own Christ consciousness, because we all have Christ consciousness or enlightened spiritual consciousness within us. It wouldn't make sense if God was over here and separate, and human beings were over here, and only Jesus was allowed to ascend to Christ consciousness and everybody else had to stay here. I mean, everything underneath all the apparent separation is unified. Even though we are all individuals, we have our individual higher self, you could say, but it's still all one self with a capital S. Don't try to figure it out too much. Just feel it in your heart, really. That's what we...
Just be present, be in the moment. And I promise you're going to flourish. You are going to flourish for this week or for whatever you're going through at this moment. You got this, and you got to just know that you got to set those boundaries with certain people. I don't know why I'm saying this, because I'm seeing the cat inside the Queen of Wands, and it's a very important thing to do, is to set those boundaries and to be assertive in what you state, what you want, and not leave things underneath the carpet. Because when you do that, and it's actually what it does is it just grows into resentment. So you don't want resentment, and then resentment turns into more resentment, and it turns into a health problem, an issue. It turns into all kinds of dark stuff and bitterness, and then it's basically it's contagious. So we like to, that's why we do this, Dave and I. It's just because we want to be contagious in a positive way. So you go out and you just do those things of just listening to your heart, being truthful to what is true to you, being assertive, and also not taking things personally when something happens and sweeping it underneath the carpet. Take it all out to the open and say, you know what? It's just stuff, and nothing can hurt you, but only the minds and only what's going on in your mind, those thoughts, those negative thoughts. You can do anything that you set your heart to do. Promise you that. And you can have anything you want. You just got to set those goals and just be, just be determined. Well, you are determined, but you got to just be focused. Right, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to add about being assertive. Like, there's a lot of skill involved in that, because it's Mary's 100%. I agree with her 100% about not sweeping things underneath the carpet, and by saying what you need or what you want, asking for what you need or what you want. At the same time, being assertive doesn't mean just dumping your stuff and unloading on somebody. That's not being assertive, okay? So it's something it takes skill. And the more present you are, when you feel those strong feelings that somebody's triggering in you, the more skill you'll be able to have at your disposal in order to communicate without just unloading and dumping a whole bunch of your own toxic energy onto them, when really you could just be firm and ask them for what you want. And also, you know what I mean. So it is something that takes skill, and it's positive. Just sometimes you don't know whether something's good, or you can't really judge it as being good or bad, because at that moment an event might happen and you might say that's bad, but then realize later it turned out to be for a better thing. You're glad that it happened that way. And so we're better off to really suspend our judgment and to just do our best and give our best, because there have been a lot of things I know that I've wanted, lots of goals that I didn't reach, and not for lack of trying or lack of ability or anything like that. It just, life has its own, that we have to find our own alignment with our higher self or the higher purpose. And it's not always what our ego thinks. So when she said, yes, you can have what you want, which is what we all want, is to be happy.
To be happy and be
peaceful. And to be at peace.
Yeah.
What the ego wants, that's not what she meant. Like, although we often we can have a lot of things that we want too.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a few people that are watching this that need to hear that, and you need to hear that. So sometimes, like I always say in all my videos, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, and something might trigger a response inside of you. My goal is to help you get closer to your truth and to your core of what your soul wants from you, not necessarily what you think you should be doing, or in love in every area, right? Okay, so that was the reading. I think that's basically everything.
I don't have anything to add.
I mean, I could keep going on, but that's why I can go on and on and on and on
we'll
about the cards. So we're coming out with our tarot course very soon, and where we teach you all about the cards, and that'll come more like closer to January. We're looking at that. We have to push the date because a few things happened, with the holidays and
lots of stuff.
So it's all good. It's all good. It'll happen when it's the right time. Oh, that's the thing. See, I wanted the tarot course done back in July, but things are happening, like I said, sometimes are out of your control. Okay, so I'm just going to move.
It is about 90% finished, though.
Oh, it is. It's just when we put something out, we want to give you the best of it completed. Okay, so I'm going to move.
Oh, you don't have to move.
Well, can you play the guitar?
Sure, I think so.
Oh, we got to take our microphones off.
Oh yeah, because it's going to sound.
Okay, let me just unplug these. Okay.
If you want to stick around and sing a Christmas carol,
I do.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, there we go.
It's a very short one.
I'll
it's
try.
not the 12 Days of Christmas or anything like that.
Okay. It's my rock star.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Christmas tree, how That's good. I'm good.
Oh, don't get me started. I'm a karaoke girl. Yes, so, anyways, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. All the best for whatever you celebrate.
And marry everything. I
Merry
say now.
everything. Do
Or
you like our
whatever.
ugly Christmas sweaters? They're tacky.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus. And Dave's got a nice Christmas tie, and this is his sweater that he wears all the time, daily.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a
I wouldn't go anywhere
unicorn.
without it.
It's a unicorn. Yeah. So wishing you guys all the best. And if you are interested in getting a longer reading with either one of us, please visit my website, psychicsoulmatereading.com. I'm also doing email readings as well. So we're doing phone readings and email readings and video readings. You can Skype with me, you can FaceTime, you can WhatsApp with us. It's all included. You take your pick. Anyways, till the next time we meet.
If you made it this far, congratulations. I salute you.
Peace and blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.